Why did a diver who descended into a 105-meter deep cave never come back? What did his teammates do during the 3 days of waiting for death? Today we're talking about the Romanian Fairy Lake diving accident. Back in 1982, a Hungarian expedition team was the first to successfully dive to a depth of 55 meters beneath the surface. Nearly 2 decades later, in 2001, Bolek, a legendary figure in the Polish diving community, pushed the record to 85 meters. This achievement drew the attention of cave divers from all around the world. Among them was 30-year-old Polish diver Rafal Gaski. In October 2002, Rafal and his team arrived at the site. Although he had done several training dives inside the cave before, his maximum depth had never gone beyond 45 meters. But that day, he decided to challenge the record on his own. According to the plan, Rafal would perform a solo dive to 85 meters, expected to take about 2 hours in total. His 3 teammates would stay on the surface as support. At 2:45 p.m., Rafal entered the icy water carrying 5 tanks, 2 with regular compressed air, 2 with a helium-nitrogen-oxygen mix, and 1 with argon gas. The first 4 were for breathing at different depths, while the argon tank was meant to maintain body heat in the freezing 5 degrees Celsius water. As he moved alone through the pitch-black depths, his headlamp offered only a small circle of light. Suspended sediment and darting fish passed by in the darkness. The eerie silence was both thrilling and unnerving. Rafal had no idea this dive would become his final journey. At the 45-meter air pocket, he was supposed to switch from regular air to the mixed gas suitable for deep diving. To reduce weight, he should have left the used tanks there for pickup on the way back. Meanwhile, on the surface, his teammates waited casually. The planned 2 hours passed, but there was still no sign of Rafal. Assuming a minor delay, common in deep dives, and knowing he had enough air, they didn't panic. Another hour went by. Still, nothing. That's when they finally realized something might be wrong. But their next decision shocked everyone. Instead of calling local rescue services, they contacted the Polish Alpine Cave Association, headed by none other than Bolek, the record holder himself. It would take at least 2 days for a rescue team to arrive from Poland, meaning that even if Rafal was still alive, by the time help came, it would be too late. Even more baffling, the teammates didn't dive to search or notify local authorities. Instead, they simply went back to their lodging to rest. The next day, they returned to the lake. After some discussion, one diver decided to check underwater. He descended only to 45 meters, reaching the air pocket, then turned back. He thought Rafal might have retreated there if something went wrong, but there was no sign of him, and, even stranger, the 2 air tanks that were supposed to be left at that depth were missing. When he surfaced, they again returned to their hotel, still without alerting the authorities. Another day passed. The team finally decided to continue the search with different personnel. This time, they found Rafal's body lying at 78 meters, resting on a bed of sediment. All 5 tanks were still attached to him. Attempts to inflate his diving suit failed, and the diver couldn't lift the body alone, so he returned to the surface. Upon confirming Rafal's death, the team once again went back to their hotel to wait. It wasn't until October 7th, 3 days after Rafal's death, that Bolek's team arrived from Poland. They immediately reported the case to the Romanian police. Lacking specialized cave diving rescue units, local authorities allowed Bolek's team to handle recovery operations themselves. On October 8th, they made the first attempt. but failed to bring him up. The following day, they managed to inflate his diving suit, and after several hours of careful work, Rafal's body finally surfaced. Romanian authorities launched a full investigation. Since there was no motive for foul play, the teammates were cleared of suspicion. A few weeks later, after examining the body and the equipment, officials released their conclusion. Rafal had reached the 45-meter air pocket and completed his gas switch. But, for unknown reasons, he decided to keep all 5 tanks with him. Some speculated that he might have used the extra weight to help him descend faster. However, the real cause of the tragedy was a malfunction in his dry suit's inflation system. The leak prevented the suit from working properly, making ascent extremely difficult and accelerating gas consumption. Worse still, without functioning argon insulation, his body quickly succumbed to the freezing temperature. Hypothermia set in as the immense water pressure made movement harder and harder. In the end, alone in the darkness, Rafal drifted downward like a stone. Slowly overcome by the cold, he lost consciousness and came to rest forever in the silent depths of Fairy Lake.